Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Brinkley at OVC Media Day in Evansville, Indiana, with Coach Kevin McMillan, who starts his 10th season as UT Martin basketball coach. I remember the press conference for your first season. It seems like it wasn't too long ago.
We're getting old. We're getting old, but it has. It's been 10 years, and it's hopefully that we can keep going.
A lot of water under the bridge.
Yeah, quite a bit.
Yeah, a lot of good water under the bridge.
Yeah, there is.
We're in Evansville. We were here last year. You played here last year in the tournament. What do you think about the OVC having the host town being Evansville?
I think it's the best place for the OVC. It's sort of a picture of the OVC. Smaller community, close-knit community, supports their athletics. And I think that's kind of what the OVC is. And so I think this is a wonderful place. And the Ford Center's off the charts nice. I mean, there's not a better place for us to play in the country. And so, I mean, our kids loved it. And, hopefully we can do well again this year. And I like where it is. Last year we had some issues with state tournaments, with all our teams that made the state tournament.
True.
And our fans, and everybody was split in 3 different directions. And I haven't looked this year to see how it is, but I think our fans would really enjoy the downtown Evansville.
Yes.
It's a neat place. So I'm proud that we're here.
Some of our fans may not realize it's not that far of a drive.
No,
I got
up this morning thinking, and I'd forgotten, and so I gave myself 3 hours to get here, and and in 2 hours and about 30 minutes, I saw that I was 10 minutes away. I wasn't here, but I was. So it's very equivalent to getting to the airport in Nashville. It is an easy drive. It's an easy drive, but it's just such a great place. The Ford Center, I just can't go on and on about it. And Evansville, so far, the hotels and everything have embraced us, and I think it's going to be a quality event here as long as we keep it here.
Okay, let's talk basketball, the 2018-19 team. You've got returners coming back, newcomers coming back, and players who were with your team last year but didn't play. A really nice mix.
Well,
no?
Yes, from what you said, yes. The way I look at it is we've got 1 senior and 1 junior.
Okay.
So you've got 13 freshmen and sophomores, and that's a huge challenge in itself. But we do have a good mix of kids that played last year and got some time, and it can be some leaders for us. We've got a lot of new kids that have an excitement that you love to see. Right now, they don't know any better, and that's a good thing. So we're having a chance to kind of mold them into what we think they could become. But again, that's not that simple. But they're trying and giving effort, and I think they're going to be a fun team to watch. But I think there's going to be a little bit with 13 freshmen and sophomores. You're going to see a roller coaster from them, and so we're enjoy the ride for the fans, because I think it will be fun. I will have less of this before it's over, because one game will probably play unbelievable, and the next game will probably play unbelievable the other direction.
Yeah.
So, but I think they'll be a fun bunch to watch.
You've mentioned that the tempo is going to change a bit. You've hinted at an up-tempo style of play. Talk about that.
Well, we're gonna combine 2 things, and that was Coach Russell's pressing in high school, which we've done. We've played with and we've used it some, but we're going to kind of commit to that. And then the up-tempo style that we used at Westview, we're going to bring that back. I'm just trying to figure out how to make it work and how to blend the 2. So actually, the first part of the season, the girls, it may be all my fault while I figure out how to blend all of it, because I'm not real sure right now. So we may make some mistakes early in the season because we're figuring it out.
Let me ask you a question. You see pressing and up-tempo play a lot in high school, less in college, never at the pro level. So what's the difference? Why does it get more difficult to do as you go up in skill level?
Coaches don't have the guts to do it because of the talent level. Because you think of pressing in high school as you're going to press kids that can't handle the ball and shit, when everybody in college can. Well, that's not so true. And then the pro level, you think the same thing, and it may be a little bit more at the pro level, but one of the things is it's also harder to get talented kids to play hard.
Right.
And pressing is kind of a blue-collar thing, and it's today's day and age, you kind of, with the entitlement that you're starting to see more and more and more, it's harder to get kids to play hard. So that's a challenge. If you can get them to buy in, you've got an automatic advantage, because not a lot of people do it.
Right.
And we're hoping that they buy in, and hoping that by about Christmas time that we'll see them start to figure it out. But I don't know how long it's going to take, but I think they're going to, when they get it, they're going to be pretty good at it. So far, they've looked good.
Let's name some names. What players need to step up for you this season?
Well, Imani Robertson is a senior.
Yeah.
With one senior and one junior, Imani should step up.
And she played a lot as a freshman.
As a freshman,
yeah.
so she should be one of the ones that we're talking about quite a bit. Now, whether she is or not is up to her, but she's one that we should be. Returning from last year, then it's all sophomores. It's Chelsea Perry, Maddie Waldrop, Zaire Hicks, Demi Burdick. Those kids all played last year. So that's the crew that you should be talking about because of experience. And then everybody else is new, hadn't played. So a lot of fresh faces that'll be out there playing this year.
We've talked so much about your philosophy in a non-conference schedule. What was the strategy with this year's non-conference schedule?
It's hard again. Yeah. Louisville, there are some really, really good mid-majors that we always keep on the schedule as best we can with Chattanooga, Southern Illinois, but then Northwestern's still there, Louisville's there, so the big schools are still there. And then one of the best teams that will play is IUPUI, and not a lot of people know them, but they may be one of the best teams on our schedule. They are loaded and in a good league. So that's going to be a really, really,
Did
really
you know
tough
that
game.
when you scheduled them?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's why I scheduled them.
Yeah.
They were having trouble getting games because everybody knows they're really loaded. They got a bunch of transfers that have come to them, and so I mean we don't care. We'll play whoever, but they are one of the. Watch at the end of the year. There'll be people that are being talked about. But it's a good schedule. A lot of the same teams that we try to keep on the schedule. Arkansas State. We've added David Lipscomb, which is a good local game for us. So Sanford is still on the schedule. So it's a good schedule. We've got a kids game again, which will be November the 19th, I believe. And but the thing about it is we've got a few more home games in November.
Right.
And that's going to be a little bit of a change. We typically don't have a lot there, and basketball in West Tennessee, you sort of think January, but we're going to have a lot of home games this year in November and December that we usually haven't had, so that'll be interesting.
Okay, season tickets are on sale now. You can go to utmsports.com for more information. Coach, your final thoughts. What do you want Skyhawk fans to know about this year's basketball team? I
think you're going to get hooked. I really do. I think you're going to get hooked with how they play. I think their personalities are endearing. You're going to love to get to know them. And I think that Martin is going to embrace this team, and they're going to embrace Martin, and I think and West Tennessee, and I think it's going to be a wonderful group. I'm just kind of anxious to see how they're going to emerge individually and collectively, but it'll be a really fun group. Everybody, I think, is going to enjoy.
Okay, that's Coach Kevin McMillan. I'm Chris Brinkley at OVC Media Day in Evansville, Indiana. Thanks for watching.